Hey, hey. Oh, let's see if we can find this. Seriously. Between the iPads, everything going crazy. Maybe it's on here. I came on a few minutes early just for this reason, so that I'd be able to find everything without issues. And what happens? I'm having issues. Oh, seriously? There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. There I am. Yay! Found me there. One down, one to go. Is this me? Ooh, look at me, baby. Got me on the first shot. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Oh, yes, please sprinkle. Janice, Lynn, everybody else, sprinkle the love, bless the page, float my boat. You know all those good. I was going to put Heather on, and I forgot all about Heather. Oh, let me put her over there for right now. So, hey, how is everybody? Let me lean down. Can I lean down or stand up? Let's see. Hopefully I can stand up a little. I got the iPad in here. I get one comment at a time on here. So bear with, because I'll be turning back and forth. So I want to make sure I have you out. So I'm Carolyn from Known as Nutty Crafts, and I was away for last week. Took a family vacation. Didn't say anything. Just kind of we took off. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to, plus with the whole virus thing and all. But it worked out perfect. We kind of stayed to ourselves. We had our own little villa. My 2 daughters, 2 son-in-laws, my 2 grandkids, my husband and me, and we had a blast for the week. So, but I'm back. A little bit of a sunburn. My knees. You know, if you sit on the sun and you sit in a chair, you have your legs bent. My knees. And I always say it's because of the hardware on my knees burns first. But we're cool. I should have put my other glasses on. These are for, I can see better without these. I need these for close distance, not for far. All right. So did I say welcome to Known as Nutty Crafts? I'm Carolyn. I don't even know. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Mary. So let me first start off with something I received just before I left. I had to open the box, so sorry, guys. I got 3 of these. I hate the rattling. I always hate that. And these are from Khalees.com. So if you need any, I got 3 of them, and I thought, oh, these are going to be so pretty. And these have little berries on them. You can pull it out. But I love the acorns. It's like it's not a felt, like a suede, which I thought were pretty. So each one you get 2 of the acorns on there, which I thought were kind of cute. Let me put that back in the box. Let me move it over here so it doesn't bother you as much. Put it here, and hold on, I just realized the dog door is open. Oh, now you're going to hear them all bark because I shut the door. Now the other thing I got from her too, now this was one piece. It was actually attached like this. And I wanted to use it on a wreath, but I didn't want it to, you know, usually I order 2 of these. For whatever reason, I ordered 1. So I cut it in half, and that's how we're going to use that today. This I had already shown you I got from Khalees. I think I wanted to add something bright in there so it's not so fall looking. I also have some flowers, not sure which ones I want to use. May change it up, you know, we go on the fly here sometimes. The other thing I got was this really cute ribbon. Hey Sally, hey Deborah, hey Janice. It's all scarecrows. And of course I got a big roll because I always buy the little rolls, and then you know what happens? You do more of the same thing and then you run out. So it has, she has all like different characters. I think there's what, 3 different characters before it repeats. So I thought we'd use that in a bow today. So this is my little part of the scarecrow. I'm not putting a sign on this because I just want the flowers to be about the flowers, not about our sign, and then flowers secondary. So that's kind of where we're going to go today with this baby. Hey Claudia, hey Nancy, how are y'all? So, grapevine wreath, pretty simple. Already done, no mess, right? So my glue pot, I don't know if you guys can quite see it. I decided like 5 minutes before that it needed some more glue. But around the edges, it's already melted, so it's okay, you know, to use. It's already hot. Oh, I got a big bubble in there. I usually, the whole thing, I'm just one of these kids. As it starts to melt, I pick my stick up and the whole thing comes up. I have it over here in hopes that I don't knock it over. And I have the cord up on the chair and everything for all that reason. So I had, or like I said, this was a longer part of the stem here. So I already pre-cut it down. And I want to use this. I mean, you could do it lower, put your bow here and then come up. But I'm going to start up here. And I'm probably going to cut this a little bit shorter. Those of you that don't have these, Deco Exchange has these babies, the stem cutters. I'm going to cut off probably 2 inches. Is it about 2 inches? Oh yeah, it is 2 inches. So, and what I'm going to do is kind of pop it in behind this really big thick one here. Taking a break from my lizard wreath. I've never made one. Hey Teresa. So we're going to use this to help secure it in there besides using the glue. And I should have put happy fingers on. Ooh. So we're going to put some glue on that baby. Hopefully no strings attached, but you know how that goes. Every time you get one string off, you get a dozen more. I'm going to use it right up in there. And I'm going to put a bow here. Now this pumpkin is a little wobbly. I'm hoping with the flowers it will stay. If not, I'm going to glue it to keep it in the position I want. And then I'm just going to take this, it's all wired, and just bend it up a little, just to get a little bit more forming on the wreath. I want the pumpkin to kind of be like this, I think. Or maybe I might set it in like that. We'll have to do it as we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So the other one, which has another little pumpkin and a gourd, is going to go, I'm going to stick it and use that same spot in there, and I'm going to put it in up here. Oh, that pumpkin scared me. I thought it was falling off for a second. Hey, Donna. Ugh, glue strings. Horrible glue strings today. So you may see the back of my head. Perfect. And again, I'm just going to bend it just to come around a little bit. And I kind of pre-pulled these out a little bit, as far as spreading out, you know, this a little bit, because I wanted to see how it was going to go. What I want to do is bend it back. There we go. Oh, cool. And I think I'll probably put this pumpkin more in there, because if he sticks out like this, that's going to be like 6 inches sticking out. Might be too much. Having trouble making my mind on green. Oh, Claudia. It's always crazy. I know. I love fall wreaths. The colors are so pretty. Oh, I just love them. All right. So I thought I'd add, let's see how this, add some of this. This came from Khalees too. Sometimes this is called a heather bush. 25-inch heather bush. Just to give it some, everything's so orange. And I wanted to bring like another color in. So let's see what we can do if this is going to work. I have tons of flowers over there that we can use. And I'm going to shorten this up a lot. Ooh, look at how that just pops. Just by sticking that in there. Ooh, look at that. I do like that. Oh, that's a berry. I was like, what's sticking here? Ooh, I like it like that. I'm going to take off that little green thing because I don't want that. Well, you know what? I'll keep it in there. We'll keep it on. glue strings, glue strings, glue strings. There we go. Thanks, Claudia. Wait, who's in New York? Lorraine. The volume is all the way up on my phone. I'll check it just to make sure, in case I hit the button. No, it's all the way up. You know, I've listened to some other people's too, and I've heard the same thing. I was like, why are they so like low? And I don't know, because that's all the way up. So I'll talk a little bit louder. Hey Janet, how are you? I like that yellow in there. And it's just full of all little berries, so it just makes it nice and full. We're just going to play around with sticking these in different places where we think they should go. And look, I got a pine cone here too. So I thought that was really pretty. Come here, greenery. I know I got berries in here. There we go. Get those berries out. Let me take this back out. Scenery change. Don't like it there. I'm going to stick it on this side, and that might help with the pumpkin. Hey, Evelyn. You know, phone is too far away from you. Well, you know what it is? I'm trying to do it so you can stand up. Sometimes I'll do it when it's laying down, and I wanted to do this more standing up, you know, with you guys, rather than having the, you know, you looking down on it and me holding it up every now and then. So that's why I was trying to do it this way. Heard you better when you were closer to the bottom. I know, Sally, I can't do anything. It's up all the way. I can maybe see if I can move this in a little bit more. Hold on. It's going to be rocky seas. Whoops. Okay. Better? It's jiggling. I see the phone jiggling. Tired, busy day, feeling we're here all together. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. We were away with the family the whole week. I spent the day putting up a pool, and that was fun. You know, it's one of those ones that inflates up. It's a big round one, kind of thing. And finally got up. It literally, it says quick, easy, put it, set up. But you got to understand, I have a filter with it, you know, and all the chlorine and all that other stuff, because it's a lot of stuff. Check that one bit. Oh. Oopsie. We lost two. Let's find out where they go and glue them back on. I hear fireworks outside. There you go. Which one did you come from? Oh, there's one. Put a little glue, won't come off anymore. And I don't see where this other one came from. Maybe it was from one of the other ones that was just stuck in here, because there's no extra little things anywhere. I'm just going to tuck it in there a little bit. And see, I'll have to stand back here. I'll look on my iPad and my thing to see. Hey, Barbara. Yeah. And see, just a little. Now, there's always that rule, do things in threes. I kind of do it as I like it, too. Not necessarily in threes. It's just going to depend on what I'm doing. I don't think I'm going to use any more of that right now. And I was thinking of these. These are like roses. And these, it kind of reminds me of like a poppy. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to stick orange in there or maybe both. I like them both. I don't know which one to use. You put the AC on. Girl, I know all about Hudson Valley. What do you guys think? I'm going to call this poppies and rose. What do you guys think? I think either one could really go. I'm going to kind of hold it up here and look on the screen. Hey Nancy, how are you? Up there in Illinois, hopefully you got some sunshine up there. I think either one. Yellow really shows up. Okay, yellow it is. That's the first comment I saw. Yellow, yellow. Yellow it is. Okay, so this is, what do I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 flowers off of this one. Wow. So I'm just taking the wire cutters. I'm just going to cut a bunch of them off. What I like about these two, as everybody likes to call them, push-ups, because you can push the leaves up and it will give it more fuller effect than looking like it was bald. See the difference? This one only has one leaf. Go figure. Some have two, some have one. Who knew? And roses, usually the leaves are up by, or roses, poppies, whatever these flowers are called. So now these are on wire, so I can bend them any way I want. So let's kind of snip it off. And we're just going to kind of wing it a prayer. Hey, Irene. So we're just going to kind of play. See, I want to turn it towards me. See? And see where we're going to stick them. Oh, we need a flower in here somewhere. And then we'll go back and we'll go ahead and glue it. Something down there maybe. I feel like I have a big hole, but I can do greenery down there. Let's try up here. And again, we can pop these out. See the back of my head. Back of my head. I think like that. What do you guys think? Thank you, Lorraine. Yes, please bless my page, float my boat, God, I can't speak. Send my page out there into the wild yonder. Bring your friends. It's all about having fun. I think like that. You guys agree? This is all about us doing this together. All right, so this one looks like it's going to be long enough. So stick you back down in here. I'm going to bend it so we can see it this way. Stay, puppy. And we'll go with this baby. Ooh, it's long. Oh, thank you for the heart, you guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love smiley faces and hearts. We all do. Nobody wants sad things. Too much junk going on in this world. Hey, Barbara. Oh, I do like these. I do like these. I think this might be long enough. If we have to, I'll cut it. Now, the one thing I want to make sure is that I'm not going through the other side, because, you know, you start bending it and it looks like it's going okay, and then next thing you know, it's popping out the other side. And you're like, whoa. Ah, thank you, guys. Thank you. You guys are sweet. Sweet. Oh, I like those. Now, let's get some other greenery in here, because it kind of looks a little naked. And a little naked. Now I got some of this, and these have little white berries on them. Oops. And then I have some of, I don't know what they call this stuff. You know, it kind of reminds me of Fisca in a way, but it's not. And just some greenery. And it brings in a little bit more green than everything being so orange. I'm going to use my stem cutter to cut off that. So I'm just going to take a few of these and see how these are going to go. And it just gives a little bit more, if you wanted more height, you know, coming around on it. And again, these are all wired, so I can bend them any which way. So let's just do this. Let's kind of stick it back in here. Might be too long. So cut off some of that. And see, just a little peekaboo. And I never throw anything away, y'all. So even this little thing, I will use that. So let's do the same on this one. Let's just see. See, you're going to see the back of my head. I think it's going to go in like that. So let's start with this one. Whoops. And we're going to stick this one, hopefully back in where it was. But you know, you take it out and then you always forget, like, where did that actually come from? And you know what I do? You know, glue strings. You know, some of them you see, and then other ones, you go to take a picture and you're like, oh, good God. Where did that big glue string, you know, glue string come from, right? And the sun really helps me in getting those glue strings off because it kind of glistens in the sun a little bit. All right, so this one we're going to stick underneath here. Oopsie, come on, come on. I really have to bend you up a little bit. Okay. But I still need stuff in there. I need stuff. I need stuff. See, I got these two little ones. I'll use these two little ones. We'll hold off. But these I like. Okay, good. These are also like push-ups. So again, when you push them up, it gives it more full, so you don't have to use as much, if that makes sense. Because when it's all spread out like this, you know, if you wanted to fill up a section, that's fine, you know, big section. But just by pushing it up like that, it gives it more fullness to it. So I'm going to cut a couple of these off. Got them tangled. And let's see, because I know I need in there. Miss Poppy. Bring my poppy in the front. And we'll see, we're going to stick that right in there. And see how that helps when it's all pushed together? It helps really with those holes. Oh, that was like, what is that stick? It's the leaf. This is the biggest leaf, y'all. Look at that. That's huge. I kind of want to tuck this one side in here. There we go. So you can kind of see it better. I'm going to stick some greenery. We need some greenery in here too, because it looks a little bare. There's my bare spot. And this is all in doing this. You just kind of look at it and you kind of look to see where are the holes, what do you need to fill in? Do you want it to be with more flowers? You want it with more greenery? And you just kind of go from there, just trying to fill it in. So that looks like a nice little bouquet right there. And it also will hold, as the more you put in, it holds up like your gourds and things that you're putting in there. I'm just going to move these out of the way. Hello, bother. So let's get it. Did I cut off more? I thought I did. Oh, good God. I think I need a new pair of pliers or cutters. These I've had for years. Good old Stanley. Stanley. The Stanley pliers, good for life, so they don't work. Here's my puppy. I want my puppy out. Now I'm going to have to look on here so I can see. That's looking full. Now, in case you're wondering, on the back here, I should have told you that in the beginning. This is jute with wire. Sometimes I won't use it, and I'll just, you know, if you have a door hanger, you can hang it, you know, and then the person can decide. But this particular one, I said, let me use some of the jute and put it in there. Then they don't have to mess with, you know, damaging anything that, you know, you put in here. Does that make sense? Okay, I gotta look at my screen to see. Now I see in between, I think we need something down here. This one I want to go back this way. There we go. I see there's this red, it's like a red-green fern. And even though I have the filler in here, it looks like it's naked. Like there's something that needs to be there. Some color. Some color. I gotta see where the wreath is. Maybe another poppy. See how that looks. I think I came out on the other side with that. Thank God I didn't put hot glue on that. Well, that looks good with the pine cone there. See, it needed a little bit color. Make it just a little bit shorter. Oh, thank you. Sally, is that you? Is that Donna? Thank you. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Cindy. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Hey, Dawn. Dawn loved your hair. My hands are not straight enough, so I have to use a pair of girl, look, these are my best friends. And my other pliers, because if you cannot use your fingers, and I'm glad you brought it up. Now these don't have any ribbing on it, so this is good like if I want to pull something through on this. But if you get the where are my other ones? And I say ribbing, little groove teeth in there. You can use these and push it through. If you can't use, you know, if you have grip problems or if you're arthritic or something. You know, that works really great with, you know, to help anybody. And I've used them. Trust me, I've used it. Here's I'm going to call these poppies. I don't know if they're poppies or not, but I like them. I think they look like poppies. Now I'm going to put a bow right in here. So what we're going to do, my easy bow maker. Let me move some of this. Hopefully I won't burn anything. Now my game plan is these three colors. I did pull out this one. This is like a rustic orange, which I thought would look kind of cool, but I think the pattern takes away from my scarecrows. So I think I'm going to use these three. Now you can alternate it if you want to do it like that. You can do whatever you want, okay? Just all depends what you're going for. You know, the only thing in purple, I have a few purple, but most of it is spring colors, Teresa. And you know, purple is such a pretty color because it's my favorite color. As you can tell, I got purple on. I do have purple eyeshadow on, but you can't see it because I have glasses. All right. So with this, I was thinking a crazy bow, but I think I'm going to do something with a little bit of tails. So we're going to make this long. Now, this has a pattern going one way, and I don't want the guys going upside down. So depending how you want to do this and you want to curl it, this does have wire in it. So we're going to go, what is 8 and 8? 16. Can't see my thing because my thing is in the way. So let's put a 16-inch tail. Now I may have to do some of this by hand. Okay. Oops, I got to think, which way do I got to go? So you can see. This way, this way, this way. I'm going to have to do this by hand. So I have my tail because I want my guys to go the right way. So deciding on what your loop will be. And if you're not sure, you can hold it up to your, your whatever you're making. I think that's a good enough loop. So that's going to be, we're just going to shorten it just a little bit. We're going to make it 6 inches. Okay. So I have my loop like that. Now normally you would twist the bottom so that you would have the bottom showing. You know, when you go like that to have the top showing. But we can do that with this one here. But what's going to happen is if I do him going that way, then look what happens. He's upside down here. No matter which way I do it, he's going to be upside down. So we're going to have to make a false tail. Okay? So we'll put him back in the box. Let me reverse this. I want my ribbon down. So this is my tail. And what we're going to do, we're just going to bring this across. We're going to measure the 6 inches. Okay. I think I'm going to do 2 on the bottom. I hope you can see this. I'm trying to figure out which way to put you in the screen there. Hey, Pearl. I love this ribbon. Like I said, I just got it before I went away for weight. No, can't do it that way. Which way? Pull it towards me. Let's see if that'll work. So there's my 2 loops. Did I do that? You can see this very well, but you can't see the bow very well. All right, so I have my 2 loops. Now, again, because I don't want this guy being upside down, so I'm going to just cut a little bit of a tail like that, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a false, not my tail, well, it's like a tail. I'm going to make a false tail. My brain. And I'm just going to cut it. So this part's going to hang down. Eventually we'll go back and we'll trim this off a little bit once we get it all put together. I don't want to do it now. So I have my two long tails down here. Make sure a little bit even. Okay, so we're going to go with the green next. Hey Helen, how are you? So what did everybody do today? Today, like I said, I put up a poll. My daughter, who lives over near Virginia Tech, she was able to get me one because everybody is sold out of pools. And you know, I got the little munchkin and I was like, you know what? All the pools are closed this year. So we're going to figure out something else. And let me just angle this down so you can see better what I'm doing. Okay. So hold on, because it's driving me probably crazy just as much as you guys. Put those over there. Oh, God, it's so much better. Which way do I want to go? This is there. Is that the way I want to go? It's like backwards to me. So it's driving me crazy. All right. On this one, there's really no right or wrong. So what I like to do is I'll follow which way it is on the spool, and that's what I'll make as my good side to bad side. If that makes sense to everybody. And I'm going to make this the same length, maybe just a little bit smaller. So it's about 5, 5.5, give or take. And I'm only going to do one loop of this one. Oops. I love getting the big rolls, but sometimes they're hard to store because you're always so used to the little ones. And then we're going to bring this one in. Now, this one was from Deco Exchange. Like I said, the scarecrows were from Khalid. This is from the Wreath shop. And I've had this one. This is from last year. It was one I got last year. And this one I'm going to do 2 of. I'm trying to do it so you can see the bow. And I'm just going to bring it in just a little bit shorter. So it's about 4, I guess you could say. Let me swoop this one up. There we go. And that's all I'm going to do is 2 loops like that. Easy peasy, guys. You're just looping it. Don't stress out saying, I can't make a bow, because it's not really hard. I know it's going to say, yeah, but you have had practice and all this other stuff. You know what? Yeah, practice makes perfect. I get it. But it's still not as hard as you may think to make a bow. And look at that. That's good. That's going to be really pretty in colors. Now, if you want to, or I could bring in this. Let's see how this is going to look. Get back in there. And I can bring in one more loop of this on the top. Oh, no, I don't want to do that because it's a bit space. I don't want to have a tail on the top. Ooh. Scratch that thought. Let's leave it like that. We'll just bring in one part of the green. And we're just going to do 1 loop on each side. I'm just making it just a little bit smaller. And it's just to finish it off. That's how I like to do it. Everybody has their own way of doing things. Thank you, Sally. Okay, done with the ribbon. I've already pulled out. I was trying to think of what color would I use for a pipe cleaner. You can use, if you wanted to use a zip tie, I pulled out a zip tie in case I was thinking of using that, which I could. And I'll do it with the zip tie. Now you can thread it through, thread it up, and twirl this around, or you can do it just pulling it up this way and attaching it from behind. Don't attach it all the way, pull it all the way tight until, whoops. Oh wait, hold on. See, turn it around so I can put it where I normally have it. Until you get all your ribbon where you want it to be. So I usually will pull all my tails down, make sure my tails are down, facing the right way that I want them to be. Because sometimes on the back here when you're doing this, it gets all, when you're pulling this around, sometimes you'll get it retwisted a different way. So I want to make sure. Because once you pull that tight, it makes it hard to fix it after that. All right, so when you get it, then you pull that baby. And then you're going to cut it. Now, to cover up this tie, you can use a pipe cleaner to come across if you want to. What I think I'm going to do is take a little bit of this, and we're going to make a little tie to go over that. Ooh. All right, so you can cut this in half and fold it if you want to. You can do that. I like to take out the wire if I'm going to use the whole ribbon. And I just pull it out, and there goes, this is when I use my handy dandy pliers. I pull out that little wire, just like that. I'm not going to keep this wire because it's not going to do me any good. It's too thin. So I usually wad it up together because it always winds up falling out of the trash can. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to fold it like in threes, just like that. If you want to put a dab of glue on it, you can. I don't. And I'm going to put it over. So see, it brings all the colors back together. Then from behind, just tie it in a knot. Just like that. Pull it tight. I don't want to keep that much of an excess on it, so I'll cut it. Just cut it. Don't cut it too close. Now once I put this on, after I finish this, I will put some glue on there. I don't want to do it now, only because, and look, I forgot to put my pipe cleaner in, so we're going to kind of weasel that baby in there. See if I can weasel him right in here. Ooh, I see you. These are where your long, thin ones come in handy. You're right there. Good gracious. Okay. So normally I put it underneath the zip tie, but before I tighten it, but I didn't because I was silly. So now I'm going to take these parts here and I'm going to go ahead and cut these off here. Just make sure you're not cutting any other loops or anything. There's my other one. There we go. And then once I put it on here, I'll get it all fluffed out. Now, I'm not going to wrap this around, you know, like this, hugging it. I want to thread it through. That's when these babies sometimes come in handy. Because no matter how you try to put it through, it will get lost in there for some reason. And it doesn't want to come through the other side. Sometimes you get lucky, like I did with that side. Woohoo! Did I just pull it back through? No. And let's get this one through. And this way it kind of hides the pipe cleaner. And afterwards what I do is I go back, I'll cut it, tuck it in there, and put a dab of glue. So let's get our bow going here. Now I'm going to curl these, so that's why I just want to spread them out to make sure I get everybody on the right side. Guys going here. Where are you? Come out, Mr. Scarecrow. Oops. The glue gets caught. You don't realize it on your nail sometimes until it's after the fact. Why do I have such a big one here? Okay, got it. My bad. Thinking the wrong thing. Where's my other one? Here it is. My colored one. And I'll just bring these in and bring them into the front more. Just like that. Now these I'm going to cut on an angle. Oops, where are we? You can dovetail them if you want to. But for this particular one, I want to cut it on an angle. I'm going to curl them. You can leave them flat straight across if you want to too. It is your choice. That one's cut, but there were some little pieces of wire sticking out. I have my trash can under here. You think I'd be wise enough to let it so that it falls in the trash can. There we go. I have one more. Now you can tuck things behind if you wanted to overlay. It's whatever you want to do. So right now what I'm going to do with these guys, I'm just going to curl them up. Okay? And I'm just going to have them stay out of my way for right now. You can curl it as tight as you want. Because I want to make sure we finish up the wreath part, but I wanted to put the bow in so that we had our spacing and everything for that. Now if you don't want to do tails on the bow, you don't have to. Ugh, let's go. Whoops. Which way do you go? That way. I had it right. Thought I cut it the wrong way. Oh, thank you, Janice. So is everybody starting to, now that they've gone through, some places are up to phase 3. Our state in Virginia here, the northern part, just started opening up phase 2 with all this stuff going on. So we're not going to have a pool. Our community pool isn't going to be open and all. Like I said, I put up a pool. I got a swing set for my, granddaughters. I put one of these ninja courses out here for them. One of those American Ninja courses. Hey, Jonna. Hey, Joanne. Thank you, Cindy. All right. So we're just going to stick those up there for right now. Just so that they're out of the way. Now, so what is everybody else doing with their kids? I mean, with all this stuff going on, it's going to drive everybody crazy. Now, what I notice right here, look at right here, there's like a hole. I don't want that. I don't want that. So we're going to go back to some of our filler. And we're going to use some of the filler in there. Oops. So we're going to push it out. And that really helps. Look at that. That just like filled in that whole hole. Almost. Got a little bit more to work on there. Let me move my glue pot over here a little bit. Okay, I'm going to raise the camera back up since we're not making a bow anymore, so you guys can see better. So hold on. There we go. Could actually go a little higher. It's just funny because sometimes you move the phone and all of a sudden you see, meow. Hey Emma, how are you doing? So see how that's filling in that hole right there? And I want to put something back here because I want to keep my bow staying more in the front. If that makes sense. So again, I love the push-ups. Fills it up. Don't need it that long. So the longer you have it too, the longer it sticks away. If you really want it to stay nice and full in there, you just cut your stem a little shorter so it stays closer to, in this case, the wreath. So see, now that hole that I was talking about is nice and full there. Still think I need something down here though. Let's tilt this baby up. So what I'm talking about, we put this flower in here, but I still feel like it needs something more in here. So whether it's the light greenery, I think might be what it is to help lighten it up. Then using this, because it's so dark, if that makes sense. Thank you. This is listed in my Etsy shop already. You will see a Facebook picture that says Facebook Live. So if anybody does want to get it, you're welcome to. It does come with free shipping. God, why can't I cut that little stem? When in doubt, go for the stem cutter. There we go. Make sure it's in the wreath. Oh, see? That made me happy. Good gosh. I gotta stand back and look. Now again, we're gonna curl these down. I just want to make sure we got them all. I still think it still looks dark in there. Maybe just a little bit of these. Let's see if we can just take off a little bit. See how this is going to work. It may not. Because I think a big one might be too, well, maybe not. We need another one up top there, though. Because right in there, it looks a little naked. Now, if you want to add more leaves like these, you can buy them and put them in there. I still think it needs something down there. I didn't use this whole thing. Which is okay. It's okay. I think that's what it needs. Do you guys agree? Hey, Carolyn. Thank you, Sally. Hey, Allie. Yeah, I think that's a perfect place right there. I'm looking on here. So I think more towards the pine cone though, like in here like this. Because I think that will cover up that spot. I hate this because it's two different delays. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Yep, that's where it needs to go. Right behind the pine cone. Oh, now I'm happy. Look how pretty. Okay, I say look how pretty. You guys gotta say how pretty because I could be biased, you know? Look at that. This is so full. Now I think I still need something up here. Because I like, this is like nice and full down here. Wish there was another pine cone. But I need something up here. And I'm going to show you. Because it looks like it's empty up here. And see how nice and full this is down here? So I think we're going to take some of that greenery stuff and put it, I think that's what we're lacking up there, to fill it in. So let's cut some more greenery off. Oh, good gosh. I really think I need a new pair of pliers. Or wire cutters, rather. That's a skinny little thing. How come I can cut one but not another? Alright, let's push these babies up. And you can twist these around. So see how they're all like laying in the same direction? So you can twist one up going this way. You could twist this other one going the other way. You know, kind of like making an X. Let's see if I can get it now. I must be weak. I'm weak, I tell ya. Alright, so let's get this in here. Hey, Ellen. Thank you. So let's get some greenery in here to help fill that in up there. Oh, that makes me happy. Makes me happy. I know, horrible singer. You don't have to tell me. Now I do have a hole right here. It just needs some greenery. And these are things, you know, as you step back and look, oh, I'm not even going to mess with those wire cutters. And you'll just go back and forth and you look, you see a hole somewhere else. And sometimes you have to stand way far back and look. Or even you'll take a picture and then you'll see it in the picture. So look at your pictures when you take them. So you do a front, you do a side, bottom, top. Zoom in on something, zoom in on the bow, zoom in on the pumpkins or the pine cones or something like that. And all that will give you, look at the pictures first because you'll see where there's a hole or something missing. Because I might say, oh, it looks great. But then I take a picture from the side and I'm like, oh, not so great. So is it because I just need, my bow needs to be fixed? Is it that I need a piece of greenery in there? Well, it was just the bow. You know, so look at it from different angles because when you're selling it, you know, or giving it as a gift, you don't want them to say, I literally saw somebody do a top of a wreath, not one of these, but a mesh wreath, and just did the top. It was in styrofoam, and you could see all the sides. And I was like, no. And that's just my personal preference. Masterpiece. I think my favorite is the fall wreath. The fall is so pretty because it has all the colors. You know, it has red, it has white, it has yellow, it has orange, it has green, it has brown. If you put purple in there, in burgundy, it's like it's a mixture of all the colors that you can see. Now you can put a sign here if you want to put a scarecrow or have somebody nestled in here, whatever you want to do, you can do that. Now, as far as the ribbons go, there are different ways you can do these. So let me just curl this one up tighter. And I'm going to show you some different ways you can do this. Hi, Gary. You know what, Gary? I had it sitting here. Today is my Gatorade day because I was outside. Hey, Melissa. I was outside putting the pool together. And it was so hot, I was sweating. I went through sweating. I went through one Gatorade of water and another one because I know if I don't drink, it was humid today. You know how your legs get cramps? So today's my Gatorade day to bring all that energy back in me. Like you guys want to see all the energy from me, right? Oh. Okay, guys. Now, I'll ask you the question. Hey, girl. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Now, so I got sidetracked because I took a drink. See what happens when you drink? Now, you can do these and just have them curling down a little bit like that. Okay? So just like the old days where you said, we call them page boys, when you curled your hair under like that. Hey, Sandra. When you just curl your hair under like that, and I still do that. I'm telling my age. Or you can take it and pull it down and you can do a spiral. I'm going to do this method on this one. I don't think I want to do a spiral. I just want it to curl a little bit down. Oh, that was a wicked looking curl. Oops. And you just pull them down to wherever you want them to be. That's it. And it gives it a curl like this, and it just curls up the bottom a little. Now if you don't want it to be as curly, you can let it hang down and just do like that. But I think I'm going to keep these a little bit more curled at the bottom. Now I've never done that on any of my wreaths. I've always either just taken it and made it a little bit curly, or I've done this spiral curl. I call it spiral. So let me bring my bow forward so you can see my bow. And look, that pumpkin that I was worried about in here, all the flowers are holding it together. And I do like it sticking out like that. So if you want to bring these more to the side, if you want to cut them shorter, cut them shorter. But I think I'm going to do it like that. Just a little bit of curl. give it a little something, something. So what do you guys think? Seriously, be honest. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Because I learned from you guys, too. If you see something, maybe I didn't see it. You could spread it out more if you want to do it. It's like parting of the Red Sea. I love the Scarecrow ribbon. I didn't want to do it so much of the Scarecrow ribbon when it's a 2.5 inch too. I could have just done it with the Scarecrow ribbon and leave it at that. And you just play around with it. So what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll play around with this, put it up on my door where I take my pictures and look at it again. Now in here, I could put some greenery in here if I want to. Remember I saved those little pieces. I don't like that. I might stick those in somewhere. I do. The Scarecrow is all, you know, again, you could put a Scarecrow in here, a sign in here that about Scarecrow says Happy Fall. I actually pulled out, what did I do with that little one? This was one I had. And see, you could put a sign in like that if you want to. Now this looks like more like sunflowers, but you could do something like that if you want to. I was like, what is that? I just saw something sticking out. Where did you get the Scarecrow ribbon? The Scarecrow ribbon. So we'll go back. This came from, the stripe came from the Wreath shop. Now this I had last year, so I don't know if they have it. This was, the green was Deco Exchange. Again, I had it from last year because I buy a lot. And the Scarecrow ribbon came from Kali.com. So you can go look and see if she has any. I don't know if she does. She did a live sale and she was showing that on the live sale, and that's where I got it from. So I don't know if she has any more of that. The main part of this, which is this that had greenery, was one big stalk that I cut in half. That came from Kali's. These came from Kali's. Where did these come from? These little yellow puppy things came from Michael's. I might have had these from last year too. The greenery here, that little swig I put in, came from Michael's. This whole bushel thing, where did that came from? That came from Hobby Lobby. That was, we used as the filler. So it comes from a lot of places, y'all. A lot of places. So it just depends what you're looking for and what you do. What you want to do. So what do you guys think? Did it come out okay? Do you think it needs a little something, something? I may cut these a little shorter. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I have to look at it from a distance. See, on that screen, it's so dark around it. It makes it hard to see. On this, I think I probably have my light down. This one, you look so yellowy on this one. So it's hard for me to see. But, so, we're getting there. But I do like this. But it is available on my Etsy shop, y'all. So if anybody would like to get it, you're welcome to. Share the love. Oops, can't say that word. Spread the love. Float my boat. Do all that. Thank you, Lisa. And bring friends. You know how we like to do that. We like to have parties. So it goes on this side. Yeah, that goes on that side. So I may cut these a little short. I'm going to have to look at it when I see it. But, oh, thank you. Look at all those hearts. Thank you. What's up, Miss Donna? Donna, that's so sweet of you. All right, you guys. Thank Thank you, thank you. I love the hearts. I love that. I value y'all's opinion on things. So really I do. It only makes me a better designer person too. I'm trying to get more so you can see me without hunching over. Oh, thank you. So until we meet again, if you have any questions or anything, do you have the scarecrow? You know, it's funny you were asking that, Gary. About 15 minutes before I went live, I said, maybe I'll bring something out. And that's where I came up. I saw this little sign. But I'm going to use this. I have something else. When I pulled it out, I was like, oh, I didn't know I had that. I'm going to put this on another item that I have. And I don't have any scarecrow. I have a lot of Halloween. And I was like, good golly, I don't have any fall signs. But I will tell you this. This will be our next project. I pulled this baby out. So this is going to be a little project. I mean, you could put it, if you want to put something like that on a wreath like this, you could. I would have designed it better to fit in there. But we're going to do something different with that. So that's going to be our next project. All right? So thank you for coming to Nona's Lindy Crafts. You all stay safe, stay healthy, listen to whatever your governor has to say, and everything will be fine. All right? So till we see you next time. Bye.